Hello everyone. So today I am going to teach you class 8 lesson 5, that is the Battle of Blenheim. So it was written by Robert Southey. So this poem is about a small town whose name is Blenheim, which is situated in Bavaria of South Germany. So where the British defeat France in 1704. This poem is about this Battle of Blenheim. So let's start the poem. It was a summer evening. Old Caspar's work was done, and he before his cottage door was sitting in the sun, and by him sported on the green his little grandchild Wilhelmine. So it was a summer evening, means hot evening, and there was a old man whose name was Caspar, who completed his work and was sitting in the sun outside his cottage. And with him his grandchild was there, whose name is Wilhelmine. So she was playing in front of him. She saw her brother Peterkin roll something large and round, which he beside the rivulet in playing there had found. He came to ask what he had found. There was so large and smooth and round. So here rivulet means river. So Wilhelmine saw her brother Peterkin, who was rolling something which was large and round. So Peterkin got that large and round thing while playing beside the river, and he is coming near his grandfather to ask what is that he found so large, smooth and round. Old Caspar took it from the boy, who stood expectant by, and then the old man shook his head and with a natural sigh. This some people fellow's skull, and said he, who fell in the great victory. Then his old grandfather Caspar took the thing from Peterkin, and Peterkin was looking at his grandfather very hopefully to know what the thing is. And then what happened? The old man, that means Caspar, shook his head with a natural sigh and said that this is a skull of a poor fellow who died in the great victory. I find them in the garden, for there is many hereabout, and often when I go to plug, the plowshare turns them out. For many thousands men, said he, were slain in that great victory. So now Caspar is saying that he's saying to his grandchild that when he used to plug in the garden, he used to get lots of such skulls. When he used to plug these skulls, that means these skulls used to come out, because many thousand men died in this great victory, means in the battle. Now tell us what it was all about. Young Peterkin, he cries, while little Wilhelmine looks up with wonder-waiting eyes. Now tell us all about the war and what they killed each other for. So now Peterkin is asking his grandfather to tell them everything about the battle, and little Wilhelmine also looks up with wonder-waiting eyes and asks his grandfather to tell everything about the war and to tell what they fought each other for. So it was the English, Caspar cried, who put the French to rout, but what they killed each other for, I could not well make out. But everybody said, quoth he, that it was a famous victory. So Caspar said that English means British. Okay, British defeated the French, but why they fought each other for, the grandfather, means Caspar, does not know. But everyone says that it was a very famous victory. My father lived at Blenheim then, one little stream hard by, they burned his dwelling to the ground, and he was forced to fly. So with his wife and child he fled, nor had he where to rest his head. So here Caspar is continuing his story and saying that his father was living in Blenheim. Yon means that he is pointing to the river side and saying that their house was fired there and they had left the place and go away with his wife and children, and he also don't have any address where to go. With fire and sword, the country around was wasted far and wide, and many a childing mother then and newborn baby died. But things like that, you know, must be at every famous victory. So he is saying that at that time there was fire everywhere and fight was going on with sword, and childing mother. Yes, childing mother means pregnant woman, and newly born baby died in that war. And he says that this type of things happen in the famous victory. They say it was a shocking sight after the field was won, for many thousands bodies here lay rotting in the sun. But things like that, you know, must be after a famous victory. And he says that when they won the battle, the environment there was a very shocking, because there was many thousand bodies laying in the sun. And after that he again says that this type of things always happens in a famous victory. Great praise the Duke of Marlborough won, and our good Prince Eugene. Why, it was a very wicked thing, said little Wilhelmine. Nana, my little girl, quoth he, it was a famous victory. And he says that the Duke of Marlborough, who was the leader of British army, and Prince Eugene was their commander. So both of them were very much eligible for appreciation because they have won the battle. Then Wilhelmine said that why, it is a very bad thing because many people had died in the battle. Then Caspar says, Nana, my little girl, that means no, my little girl, it was a famous victory. And everybody praised the Duke, who this great fight did win, and what good came of it at last. Quoth little Peterkin, why, that I cannot tell, said he, but it was a famous victory. And everybody praised the Duke, that means Duke of Marlborough, because he won the battle. But Peterkin is asking question to his grandfather that what is the good thing here to praise him. Then his grandfather said that I cannot tell you what is the good thing here to praise him, but it was a very famous victory. So this is the end of the poem. So now I hope you understood the poem. So here what is the famous victory and great victory here? So victory means, we know that win, okay, winning is called as victory. The British defeat France, and that is what here it is called famous victory. But in real it was not a famous victory, because victory means to save someone's life, not to destroy someone's life. So in this poem we are told how many destructions happened at that time. So here Caspar is saying many times that it is a famous victory, but because he from his childhood he is hearing that it is a famous victory, so it became his mindset that it is a famous victory, and he could not accept this reality that it was not a famous victory in which many thousand people have lost their lives. So it was not a great victory or famous victory in our real life. So this is all about this poem, the Battle of Blenheim, and lesson 5, class 8. So I hope you understood this poem. Okay, so thanks. Have a good day ahead.